off your first 3 months. So fill in the gaps in your diet with Essential for Women, a small step that helps support a healthy foundation for your body. That's 10% off your first 3 months by going to ritual.com and using code GRACEV at checkout. Hello everybody. It is me, Grace, and today I'm it's sweet that they carry their, their baby dolls. It's sweet to see with kids nowadays and not just the electronics. I played dolls for a long time when I was a kid, so aside from the littering and the constant drama, we have my neighbor across the way. And I call him Marky Mark, which is a nickname for Mark Wahlberg. When I moved in here, I thought that he looked like Mark Wahlberg, my neighbor. And he was very kind. Still is. Not many interactions. It's quarantine. So not a whole lot to say there. But I think he's a bit of a bachelor. And he has like a couple kids, but they're not always there. And he's gone half the day, but the other half of the day, depending on the time of the week, he has a full garage gym set up, and he blasts his music with no headphones, and I can hear it all the way in my office. And he, that's something that I said last time, but he now, I don't know if he's feeling more confident about himself, what it is, maybe the weather's getting warmer, but he always works out with the garage door open, understandable, fresh air, right? But he does this thing where he rolls his pants down a little bit and wraps like a t-shirt around him and like will walk out to the like end of his driveway and like wipes sweat off his face and just kind of like pace, like kind of like cooling off. But to me it feels a little showy, which is funny. Like, you go for it, it's nothing that like I'm dogging on it. It's just funny. He'll just like kind of pace in his driveway, and one might be saying, crazy, probably just got up the treadmill or lifting weights, whatever. But he'll stand out there, and then him and the neighbors, I call him the King of the Hill, like King of the Hill, where they just line up outside and drink their beers out in the alley. There's next to them are a couple, they seem to be retired, have a couple kids that are always in and out of the house, but they pull their couch out of the garage. They have like just a beaten up old couch, and they pull it outside into their driveway, and they smoke their cigarettes, and they drink, and they laugh, and I hear their hackles all night long, which is, it's nice to hear some people just laughing. I know that sounds so corny, but he'll like, anyways, like grab his towel and like put it in like the side of his pants and just like look around and like start singing his music, so he's totally vibing. But that's the update on Marky Mark. No harm, no foul, but it's just annoying. I feel like he might have hearing issues because of how loud the music goes. Like, just put in your headphones, dude. Like, no one wants to hear 2 o'clock, or there's like another couple with like probably almost a year old at this point, little teensy weensy baby and a little girl that's 3, I want to say, maybe 2, and they have to nap at some point. No one wants to hear your music like that, dude. So then we got the King of the Hill neighbors who bring the couch out at night, which, hey, all the credit to them for the creativity. Now the couple with the little girl and the 2 little, well, I don't know, they have a baby, maybe a little boy, little girl, but the little girl is a little girl because she, like, anyways, she's old enough that whatever. They have 2 little ones, and they have a full gym set up in their garage too, which I've taken upon myself to do the same thing. But they have TRX bars, they have a Peloton in there, they have like a gym mat laid out, they have LED lights in the garage. Like, I was like, I want says, "Oh, are you okay? What happened? Like, what happened?"